stimulating. Mind experiment.
It's no sleep, baby.
Good to go?
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to No Sleep, the podcast, live on the internet. It's a great comedy podcast. If you've never listened, you're welcome. Is basically.
We probably got a lot more listeners today.
I think so. I think we went up a couple.
I said, don't listen. They were like, I'm going to listen.
I feel like I have to listen.
I think I want to listen.
Yeah.
I am, 1:30, your comedy trio this evening, AJ Simmons. I'm going to do a couple jokes for us to warm it up a little, see what the boys think, and we'll kind of go from there. How does that sound?
Perfect.
Nice. Here we go. I had to reset up the equipment tonight, folks. I'm sorry. So it took me a second. Oh, I recently downloaded a No Nut app.
Oh.
Which is supposed to block all porno on your phone.
Okay.
And it works. Like I try to type in X videos, says website not available.
What?
So I've been using that, right?
What?
And
okay.
But I'm not trying to not whack off. I'm just trying to not look at porno.
Okay.
Right? But going from modern smartphone porno to trying to whack off with your imagination is like trying to whack off to cave paintings. Like a stick figure with boobs.
You're just
on
flopping your noodle around?
It's awful. I can't get it to work.
Yeah.
But I think once I get to like the 3-week mark,
Yeah.
Your brain will
those
start.
cave paintings are going to start looking pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Once your balls are like, something's got to happen here.
Your brain will start evolving, and you'll be able to think of all sorts of things.
Might start having nightly emissions.
Oh, yeah. Nightly would be nice. Any emission at this point would be pretty good. Yeah. But it's it's like an ice bath jumping from anything you could possibly think of in 4K directly in your face to being like trying to think, like mega mind your way into like boobs.
Yeah.
Oh, what does a clitoris look like? Come on.
Nobody knows.
Yeah. I've never seen it.
It's a mystery.
Come on, think of a labia or something.
A labia.
Yeah. Inner or outer. They're both
Just make
great.
one. You're whacking off to your own hand.
Yeah.
Looking at it.
Make like the pussy with your hand.
Yeah. That ain't bad.
That ain't too bad. So I'll keep you all posted on how my No Nut app. I paid the $15 for the year, so I'm gonna try to use it.
Wow, you got to pay for this.
$15 for the whole year. That's not bad. If it cures me.
What
of my
possessed
lifelong,
you?
Lifelong porn addiction.
That makes sense.
Because in the app, they even have you fill out sort of a quiz to like diagnose you. Essentially, at what level of addiction.
Are you addicted to porn? Not sure. Are you a man? Yes. You are addicted to porn.
100% addicted.
Putting you on level 10 right now. Lock it down.
We're going to have to take you for an inpatient lockdown.
Involuntary.
But they ask you like 10 questions. And they're like, when did you first start masturbating? And I was like, well, I guess it was around 11 or so.
Damn, it's early.
Yeah, so pretty early. And then, just start answering all the questions. I'm like, damn, I guess I'm fucked up, huh? And you get to the end of it, and I'm like, all right, I've given it a break
All right,
before.
enough.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Because it's not the masturbating. This is a hot start to the cast, by the way. A hot start. It's more just, I think, the visual stimulation for so long,
What about, because what about Instagram?
Even that's bordering on it, where I unfollowed Alexis Texas. I unfollowed Gianna Michaels.
Yeah.
I can't see it anymore, ladies.
Does this app just block porn sites, or
Yes.
is it? Okay, well,
But it has a database of, I literally tried every single one I've ever heard of. Just to test it.
AJ's going to get a Chinese keyboard.
bellybuttons.net.
Yeah. Bigwetbutts.com.
Yeah, try blocking me when I type in Farsi.
Yeah. I'm using Australian internet over here. I got NordVPN. Yeah. This podcast is brought to you by NordVPN. So that was one of my jokes. I'm treating people the way I would like to be treated. But how do I get them to treat me the way I would like to be treated? You know what I'm saying?
Good question. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's it for me, folks.
Oh shit. Good stuff. I didn't use the drums at all.
That's
I'm
all
sorry.
right. The porn really lasered you in.
It did. This is more. These are bits. I just wrote like you know how we do.
Oh yeah.
So I've always had this feeling like, and I know maybe it's putting ladies on a pedestal, straight lady, but like men kind of don't deserve women. Is a feeling, or at least to have sex with women. You know, we don't deserve that. We didn't earn it. We're disgusting. Yeah. So you know, the universe has blessed me with 2 daughters.
Yes.
And I've been thinking about this. I'm like, we're watching shows with characters in high school that are dating. I'm like, we can't watch this show about dating.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
Not my daughter.
Yeah.
You can't watch that.
I'm like, oh, kissing. No. We don't talk about kissing in this house.
No,
Yeah, just
sir.
suppress it all and see how that works out.
It'll be great, I'm sure.
Catholic style.
Yeah. It worked for me.
Yeah, say.
I don't have any problems at all.
Says guy in grizzly bear sweatshirt.
Yes. Which my niece bought me a sweatshirt, the exact same color, that with no grizzly bear on it, because evidently she's embarrassed by me in some way, which is cool. Yeah. But yeah, so I have daughters, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I got a while to go.
You can always
I'll
go that Bad Boys
chill
route.
out.
Like, is it Martin Lawrence or Will Smith? I think it's Bad Boys 2, where the kid comes up to his door to take his daughter to prom.
Yeah,
He pulls him aside. He's like, "You at least 30."
Yeah. I remember
He's like threatening to kill
that
the kid.
always bothered me because Will Smith won't cuss when he raps, but I remember pulling a gun and cussing at a kid in Bad Boys. I was like, but you'll do this? What's the fucking difference, Will Smith?
Yeah.
The fuck out of
Real
here.
mixed messaging.
Before our big show, I was getting dressed, my nice tuxedo. There's 2 things that happened. One, I washed my white shirt, my white button down. I was like, I put it on and getting dressed. I put the tie on, and then I looked. I was like, oh, half of my shirt perfectly bleached, sparkling white. The other half exactly cream colored. And I was like, what the hell is this? I think it's from being in my closet in a smoky house.
Only one side
hanging
of
one
it.
way. Yeah.
It's like one arm out the window driving.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It was like a trucker arm of shirts.
It was filtering the air.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, before the show, this isn't that, but I have 2 pairs of glasses, and I was like, which glasses should I wear? And I thought these, because they're kind of goofier. They got the more serial killer vibe, where I was like, this is kind of fun. I asked Sarah, I was like, should I wear these or these? I put she's like, definitely the other ones, the black ones with the rims. Kind of like, oh, you're not wearing those right now, but you know, the 60s style with the thick. I was like, okay. She's
Heavy
like,
up
definitely
top,
those.
light below.
I was like, you right. And I looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, looking good. I take about 25 steps into the kitchen, and the glasses fall apart on my fucking face. I was like, what the fuck? A screw fell out. The lens fell out. I was like, this doesn't even, I don't know. I wear those every day. It was crazy.
Not no more.
Yeah.
Held together by a hope.
Yeah. And then I did this at No Sleep, but I've never said it on here. I'm 43 years old. You guys maybe know that. I had a baby. I had a baby at rich guy age without the number 1 qualification.
You skipped one big step.
Stupid. Yeah. All right.
The old cart before the horse.
That's right.
Exactly right.
Yep.
All right, Cutouts Carter. The anchor.
Oh boy. Here's a concept of a joke. We had the big show this weekend, so I'm all out of jokes, but I'm fresh out, guys.
Burned them up.
Here's the starting line of a joke. Jake from State Farm, you in danger, girl. State Farm canceled like a whole bunch of policies in California. Right?
Oh yeah, you're right.
So I don't think Jay can show his face around California.
There
for a
won't
little
be.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't walk out of any hotels anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, I didn't. It doesn't surprise me at all. That was like one of the first thoughts that crossed my mind when I saw all of that. Was like, hope they have insurance. Even if they do, they're probably getting nothing.
Yeah.
When did they do that? It's almost like they timed it to cancel everyone's insurance
Fairly
before
recently.
a monstrous
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
Wow, it's the same thing where I'm sure it's some larger conspiracy thing that I'm unaware of, but I did see some tricklings of people saying that they also drained like major reservoirs right before. I don't know if that was a maintenance thing, bad time, whatever, but there's some sus little things going around about that as well that, you know, they already don't have a lot of water there. That's kind of a whole thing, but yeah, who the fuck knows?
Not me, baby.
When I had someone online, like just one of those shorts or reels, break down exactly what a billion is to a million,
Yeah.
like mathematically,
Yeah.
because I think people do overlook that. It just sounds like another word. You just add the B, take out the M. You're like, oh, it's like, you know,
It's more than $1 million.
yeah, it's a cut. It's like $20 to 10.
Yeah. It is not.
It's not.
Yeah.
No, there's a thing. If you spend $1 an hour or something like that, it's like I'd have to look, but $1 million is like 11 days.
Wow.
And $1 billion is like 30 years. So
Yeah, it was one of
Yeah.
those things just like that.
Not an hour, a minute, maybe. An hour, that's really stupid that I even said that.
I mean,
Because
I
that'd
bought
be
it-
like 72. Like, I'm off by about, I don't know.
I was so stupid I didn't even notice.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm rocking with.
yeah. So people know what I mean.
Yeah, but having someone break it down that way, I was like, okay. And then people have that amount of money. The even scarier thought, which is where the sort of the Illuminati shit comes out of people, are the people you don't know that are billionaires at that level.
Right.
Those people who are silently moving through the world, lobbying, pulling strings that make other things happen on large scale in a country or whatever.
Right.
That's fucking, I mean, yeah, it's like people kill over that kind of money.
I think
that
it's
kind of shit.
also weird to
Buy
think
countries.
about how the amount, like everything, when they're talking about shit on the news and on whatever, rich people, and when they start talking about, people have billions of dollars like no one ever has before. So you start to think of it in terms like $1 billion. Not that big of a deal,
Yeah.
but it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird, like
Yeah.
normalizing around
Yeah,
it.
of billions of dollars is.
And it's weirdly normalized to especially the people that it kind of affects the most, which are the regular Joes
Yeah.
who are like millionaire, billion, you know, schmillionaire.
Yeah.
Like it's all, I put on my hard
Literally,
hat and go to work every
yeah.
day. And that's how they want it, you know?
And it also makes the amount of money people like us make, even Dave,
Yeah.
when you come, it's like we don't even count.
No, Dave's poor compared to
Yeah,
any of
yeah.
those people. I mean,
It's like we don't even
Dave's
have.
like, hold on a second.
I retired on a fixed
He's doing all right. He makes $40,000 a year now.
I'm buying rascal scooters on the TV.
Yeah.
My retirement. Wow, I can't talk. I don't even want to say it now. Never mind.
Damn.
I know.
Back out.
We did have a big show this weekend.
We did.
Our pal Tom, distant, some sort of relative of Toll's, great guy.
Cousin.
Yeah. Distant.
Not distant.
Yeah, yeah. First cousin on that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Tom wants us to talk about the big show, and it'd be a shame if we didn't.
Yeah.
Alex and Toll did a great job.
Oh, thanks,
Love
buddy.
seeing my boys take the stage.
You did a great job. I walked around afterwards and I was
just there
thinking
to turn
about
the lights on,
I was thinking about how
Yeah.
I was like the concept of this, like looking at the backdrop for the pictures and the merch stand and like the graphics. I was like,
Your
huh.
giant face.
Yeah, and I was like, I couldn't, like, if I was producing a show at the fucking the Ridgemont in Urbandale, and I'd be like, God damn, my hand drawn poster. I'd be like, this is hard.
Get off my back.
yeah. Like, this is tough stuff.
Hand drawing is hard.
Yeah.
a lot of
Hey,
work.
there you go.
Yeah.
See, you're right, AJ.
Yeah, don't sell yourself short. Producing is hard.
Oh, it's fucking impressive, man. Impressive as hell.
You both did me proud, and it was awesome to see on a stage that size. You know.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was wild. Like it was disorienting for me because Teehees has been gone for months now.
Yeah.
So I've just been doing jokes in the basement of a tiny bar for the last 6 months or so.
Yeah.
And finally got let loose on an enormous stage in a giant auditorium. And I was just like, am I supposed to be here right now? Where even am I right now? Oh, yeah.
It was very endearing to watch you both like looking at your notes.
Oh, I know. I for sure. I'm like, I'm
I
not
was
looking
like,
at
these
my.
boys are cramming for the test.
I know.
Yeah, I had my earbuds in.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, Toll's trying?
Yeah. Toll was
Yuck.
borderline shadow boxing in the green room.
Yeah.
But I mean, that made me feel good because I was like, good. Other people are also like worried.
Oh, yeah. God, the 48 hours before
Yeah.
eating no sleep, I'm just like, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, just trying to hammer my jokes into my head.
Because the anxiety is what makes you great
Right.
when the time comes. you know.
Sharpens.
But I think about when I first started stand up, like a couple months in, I got asked to do a show at the Stoner Theater, the Black Box Theater at
Yeah.
the Civic Center. And I got asked to do that show, and it was like 2 months away, maybe 3. And then when it got to be about a month and a half away, on a daily basis, multiple times, I would feel like I was going to have a fucking heart attack and die from the idea of doing that show. And then having the biggest show I've ever done.
Were you the headliner?
I was one of 3 guys. I got kind of added to it because
you were hot at the time.
I was hot.
You were a
Still
hot
a big
commodity.
deal.
Yeah.
Especially that early on. Big
Yeah.
deal.
And then, that's
Big
right.
time.
but it's just, I just kept thinking about that leading up to this show because I was like, man, I don't have that anxiety like I used to. Till, of course, day of show. But it still wasn't the same as it used to be till I got to Valor Ballroom and I had been drinking cherry Coke Zeros all day. And I'm not kidding.
Y'all hopped up
I
on
think I
Cherry Coke
peed.
Zero.
I got there the show started at 8. I got there like 7:15, and I think I peed 19 times between 7:15 and 8:15.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I think it was about right.
Yeah.
And then I go in there and be like,
Close
oh, I don't
by.
even have to pee, and then be like, bleep, 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 bleep,
Yeah.
bleep, bleep. I'd be like, oh, I guess I did.
That's the fear piss.
Then I'd look at myself in the mirror and be like, God, you look like a fucking weirdo with your stupid shirt and your bow tie. The fuck are you doing? But
Toll's having fun.
I was. Once I got on stage, dude, once I got out there, I was like, I didn't feel like I felt like I
great.
should feel more nervous. But once you get out there, and you can't see anyone, I was like, I can't fucking see anyone. I don't give a shit. I mean, I do.
Benefit,
Just screaming into the void.
I feel like actually the bomb shelter is more nerve wracking because you got 30 people brightly lit staring right at your face.
yeah.
and that's like, I mean, they're right up against the enclosure.
You could
and
smash
push
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can
And I
feed you
have.
a treat. If
Yeah,
you wanted
exactly.
to.
That should be a new thing, by the way. Give some dog biscuits to Dan while he's up there.
Gonna have a Harambe situation. Someone's gonna get too close. Get killed.
Yeah,
Get drug away.
Yes. Oh, poor
Yeah.
Harambe.
that was
Yeah,
cool.
it was
man.
a great show. It was amazing. It was
Felt
Yeah.
pretty cool.
it's a great venue.
Yes.
I have not been to the new Valor since they renovated the whole thing, and it's quite the formidable compound there. with
Yeah.
the restaurant. in the
Did you
bottom
go
and the
downstairs at
bar.
all to the
Yeah.
restaurant and the bar? Those are sweet.
Yeah. The John Archer's Country Club or something like
Yeah.
that. It looked really cool. Looked like a Goodfellas set almost.
Yeah.
It did.
And then the little more like cinder blocky dive bar side that everyone was at, work in progress. Really cool. Yeah, I think it's a great concept, especially if you're having these big concerts. It's like there's not
keep
a
'em all
ton of
there.
stuff right
Yeah.
by it either. A restaurant, there's like a Casey's and stuff. So like having something really close like that, smart move.
Plus, think about like Buzzard Billy's before a show at Wells Fargo.
Shit.
It's like standing room only every time. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you got a restaurant in your venue,
forget about it.
fucking genius.
Yeah, yeah. Especially people love they love a dinner and a show. We
Yeah.
learned that at the old club that was like the one component we would always kind of hear about every weekend. And it was never like people were dicks about it. They were just like, you could tell that they would have loved to have been able to crush
Eat.
some cheese curds while watching this show.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame him.
No.
I would love to crush some cheese curds right now.
Sure, yeah. Hell yeah.
Instead, it was a Pizza Hut party box last night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Party for one.
Pizza Hut party box kind of night.
Yeah.
You got a party and AJ is invited.
It has the one you choose two little pan pizzas, and then you get a thing of breadsticks and then a pasta, all one box.
Oh my god.
That's a party right there.
It's a gentleman's.
Hell yeah. Had the carbo load.
Yes.
For a busy Monday.
Yeah. Well, I was like, I'm going to be healthy. I'm not going to smoke any weed. I'm not going to, I'm going to exercise just for the stress because I was like freaking out about how the show would go. I didn't know if 10 people were going to show up or what, just, something to regulate the emotions about it. And then the moment that show was done, the check was signed. I was like, it's time to call my old pal Pizza Hut.
Hello, Mr. Hut.
Yeah. My old
Looking for a
friend
party for
Haagen-Dazs.
one.
Yes.
If you know what I mean.
It's good living.
Yeah, I'll say big venue, big show, big important show. The old the vape wins again. 'Cause back in the day at the No Sleeps at Woolies, if I was hosting, I'd be like, oh, and there's a back door. I'd be like, I got 5, all stressed out. And I'd open the back door and be like, and at Valerie, I was just like, oh, look at me being a health nut out here.
Yes.
Vaping right behind the stage. Listen to everybody's set. Trying to think of a little, it was nice.
A little tagaroo to go up with.
Yeah, I didn't do it for everybody, but it was all right.
Yeah. I thought you did a bang up job.
Thanks, buddy.
Suit looks slick.
Yeah.
You look like the maitre d' of No Sleep.
I did.
Yep.
Said,
Be our guest.
who gave this homeless guy a Mater D costume?
Like in Happy Gilmore when he dresses up the homeless guy for the caddy job. Oh yeah.
And Sam Hershock wins again.
He does. He did a good job. It was pretty closely contested. Zach Meekum did a good job as well.
Yep.
I mean, the opening joke alone, I was like, he might have just won it right there.
Yeah.
When he was like, if I win, I get the operation.
Yep.
And he had like his little breathing too.
Yeah. That was killer, dude.
Yeah.
I figured this is the first time I've been wrong about who was gonna win. No offense to Sam. I did. I would have bet all my money on Zach.
It was darn close.
Yeah.
Darn close.
But I've up until this one, I've predicted every winner.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the, I guess, unspoken. Because at one point, someone was like, "You should do it where there's like a meter that like people's meters fill up.
Yeah.
Somehow digitally vote so you could watch it live." And I'm like, that might make. I feel like at least with this, there's some subjectivity still in the air. You don't see necessarily who everyone's voting for.
And it's pretty laid back. I feel like it's not all about.
No.
We don't make it. It's all about the contest. It's just a good show that has a contest in it.
Yeah.
And it's a fun way to highlight a comedian who did especially great that night.
Yeah.
And now this way, it's like
That's never been me, but good for everyone else.
Yeah, me either. That's what I said. I'm like, I love hosting because I never have to worry about making excuses for not winning.
It's and it was very strange. I mean, Alex had pointed it out that night, and I didn't realize it. Like I had felt it, but wasn't able to identify the feeling until he had said it. But it was basically that it was weird after 4 shows at Woolies being in a new spot.
Yeah.
I was like, this doesn't feel like home.
It was weird at Woolies the first time
Yeah.
too, and then it became totally comfortable.
Yeah.
It's just.
Woolies felt like old hat.
And when you do, I mean, it's not the same from when you like do a bar show where you're regular going, and then you do a different bar show in a different town. That's kind of the same thing. But when you go from a big venue to a different, even bigger venue, it was
a lot.
You gotta get your bearings.
Yeah.
And it's in a good way, not bad. Just like, wow, oh fuck.
But it's definitely like apprehensive. So, it's a weird feeling because
the energy exchange is at a different rate.
Oh yeah.
When you're in the basement, it's like it's back and forth like this the whole time. In a room like that, it's you throw a joke out and then you're like, hello, and then you hear the laughs over here and over here. You're like, okay, but it's just takes a while for the energy to move out and move back in.
Yeah.
I did a bit that I was real worried. I was like, Sarah's never offended by my jokes, but I was like, she's like, "Oh, I hope you talk about me." I was like, "I will. Don't worry." And she was like, "Oh, good." I was like, "But you might be offended." She's like, "You know, I'm not offended by any of your jokes." I was like, "Okay." And then I did the little bit about her, and I could hear her laugh, and no one else laughed because the whole audience was offended, but she wasn't.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. When I said having kids, what's it like having kids? I was like, well, I've never regretted anything more in my entire life. But also, it's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the audience didn't like that one that much.
She's your biggest fan. You know?
She got it.
She don't mind.
No, she doesn't mind.
She's
She
a good
knows what's
sport.
up.
I could see the pride in her eyes when I saw
Oh, yeah, buddy.
you two meet, like on the same level. You no longer on the stage.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, she loves this guy. Ain't that sweet?
Yeah.
Ain't that sweet?
And we had a kidless Saturday night.
Ooh, bonus.
Crazy. It was crazy. And then it was like, we're going to go. And
Let's just run away.
Yeah. We
Come on,
stayed up.
Sarah. Let's get out of here. Not look back. The kids will be fine.
Yeah.
Like that Tracy Chapman song.
Yeah.
Toll's got a fast car. He don't want no more kids. He's out of here. He's taking
Got bad
Sarah with him.
registration.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But that was pretty cool. And it was weird. You're like, oh, no kids in the whole house. And then we stayed up till like 7 in the morning.
God damn.
Made the most of it.
Yeah.
Maximize your time.
And
have
then
to.
I was like, so we had a night we could actually sleep, and we stayed up till 7 a.m. and then had to get the kids at like noon.
Woof.
Like, this fucking blows. Why'd we do this?
Painted the town red.
But, you know,
That's good.
I got to slap her around sexually a little bit. It was nice.
There you go.
Post show.
Yeah.
Sexually.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to
Yeah,
be weird.
yeah. No.
It's time for the swing, Sarah.
Yes. Yep.
I didn't install these hooks in the ceiling for nothing. I shot them into the studs and everything.
Yeah.
That sounds nice. That sounds like a good Saturday for old.
That was dude. What a fucking amazing Saturday. Hanging out after the show. It was pretty fun. It was funny. I was like, this is weird. This is like a family reunion on another level where these people keep walking up to me that know who I am. And I'm like, hey.
Hey, Chief.
Yeah.
big dog.
Yeah.
A Tiger
Yeah.
Woods.
Yeah. I'm like, all right. What's up? Great job, Toll. I was like, thanks,
Thanks, my brother.
guy.
Thanks, fella.
Yeah, that was cool. Makes you feel like a big shot.
It does.
That's why I try not to remember anyone's name ever, you know?
Yeah.
Smart.
Then you always have the upper hand.
You let him kiss the ring.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go make love to my girl.
That's right.
Gets in a limo and drives off. That was Toll McGreen.
That's right.
No way. Yeah, it was.
It was cool to see a lot of the Carters as well. I think that was your older bro, or are you the older bro? Or is
No,
he-
my older brother was there. Yeah.
Yeah, he came out to the show for the first time. That was cool. I was like,
Well, that was his first time?
I think
I don't
so.
think he's been to a no sleep.
Oh, damn.
At least not in a real long time.
I know your sister's been, and obviously Angela's been.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool to see them out.
Yeah.
Hope they enjoyed themselves.
Oh yeah.
I think everybody that was there did.
I think so. Yeah, it felt like a good one.
Yeah.
After
Dan Donahue had a pretty damn good set.
Yeah, a super nice guy. You know, couldn't be easier to work with. Highly recommend old Dan Donahue. And it was a big show for him as well. You know, he's not quite like theater size at this point.
Right.
Very popular on the internet and does clubs and everything.
Didn't want me to say that.
Oh, that he was famous on the
Yeah, I
internet.
heard
Yeah.
that conversation. He's just like, nah.
Do you want me to say
He's a simple man.
maybe you've done dishes with him? And he's like, no. It's like, and then he came up and he was like, just say videos and touring the country. I was like, okay.
And that's what you said?
That is what I said.
Yeah.
It's like, that's very nondescript.
Yeah. You might know him from video.
Yeah.
Ever heard of it?
That's what he told me to say.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, all right.
New special coming out on Betamax.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's just a simple guy. He seems to not love the the promotion like thing, which I get.
Right,
That's a
I
lot
get
of
that.
comedians. That's like
Most
Ani,
comedians
yeah.
are that way.
Many of the comedians.
Some
the
comedians are that
worst
way.
ones are the opposite way.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is correct.
Some are both. Some are great at both,
Do they rhyme with
and they're the successful.
Yes.
Yeah, but you
That's
did a heck of
actually
a
the
job.
recipe for success is being great at both. I think.
Yes.
If you love self promotion and are hilarious.
Yeah.
Do you love telling jokes? Do you love yourself even more? Well, you're going to be a success.
That's right. Come on down, Hollywood.
I got the perfect mix of just fucking hating myself, but loving to look and listen to myself.
I love to hate you.
yes. Like, God, you suck, but I love staring at you.
It is fascinating, just like seeing yourself in video. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's how my neck looks.
Yeah.
You know.
It's always upsetting. You're like,
Yeah.
That's what my pants. I joked about gaining weight. And I could see in the picture that like you can see the top of my zipper on my pants like going
fighting for its life. Hold. It's like Spider-Man holding two subways together.
Yeah.
She's gonna blow. I thought you looked sharp, man.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm like, this guy must have just stepped out of a Ritz-Carlton catalog.
It is funny. I never go out with my hair cleaned and coiffed. You know,
Waft.
I generally have a hat on or try to look as maybe slightly disheveled as possible. And it's fun. It's like, oh, my
Crazed,
hair ain't
some might
bad.
say.
Yeah.
Deranged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you looked slick, man. I thought everyone looked great. Zach had like a fresh little haircut on him too, and stuff.
Yeah.
Where I was like, damn. I brushed my beard a couple times. I was like, just in case anyone sees me.
I debated. I was like, should I shave this fucking woolly ass thing off my face? I was like, I'm leaving it.
Yeah.
Then I
it
can
was
make
good.
the homeless guy joke, and
Damn.
all the better for it.
I thought about shaving too. I'm like, you know what? I have enough problems right now. Let's not.
Yeah.
Make
Let's
myself,
not go,
let's not
oh,
make
I'm
me
that
hate
fat
myself
right before the big show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
Now is not the time for a reality check.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Now I'm digging the beard. Every once in a while it'll kind of throw me off, or I'm just like, I feel like ripping it off my face.
Yeah.
Just shaving it right off. Because it just, you want to get to that skin underneath it almost. But then I'm like, I'd really regret that, I
Yeah.
think. Because I see pictures of me where I was like, I wasn't even that fat then, but I'm a little too clean shorn. Like it's a very light stubble, and I'm like, ugh.
I don't know. Like I said, I think your beard looks great though.
Thank you. But you have actually a pretty nice little jawline, if I do say so myself.
You guys want a room?
There's nothing wrong with artistically appreciating your friends.
You're looking pretty hot yourself.
Yeah.
Shyla, get out of here.
Charlotte encourages this kind of stuff.
She wrote all this.
Yeah. This is the tryst. She
I can't believe you say all this about me.
No, some people really do have like a nice, just that nice sort of L. Where my family is more jowly.
Oh.
We're like those dogs with the loose skin, but it makes us good at fighting. You know, it protects our vital organs.
Yeah.
Like a Shar-Pei. That's how my family is.
Yeah.
A fighting breed.
The old Sharpay Simmons.
That's right. There is just some of those. Our old pal Trent, who used to work with, I had a meeting with him one day because he works for some ticketing stuff around town here, and
For this?
yeah,
Trent Derby?
Yeah.
Oh, should I say his last name? I don't know if I should have said that.
His name is Trent Derby. Everybody.
I'll say something nice.
Yeah, we were at lunch and he was talking about the working out stuff, and he was like, I need to lose this thing right here. And he started kind of shaking it a little. He's like, we call it the Derby double. Just like a little, little extra chin or whatever. I was like, at least you have a cute name for it.
Yeah,
That
for
kind of
sure.
softens the blow.
As long as you don't go full Mitch McConnell, you're fine. You know.
Yeah.
Where you're like where it's like if you get threatened, it might fill up with like poison and then start shooting out. It's like a big sack. You don't want that. Where if you go like this, your chin just vanishes into
a love sack.
yes, a little
Like the goblin
a little
guy in,
beanbag
The
on
Hobbit,
your chin.
Yeah.
the Goblin King.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yes.
saying?
Oh yeah. He had I actually liked him. He was like one of the better parts of that movie series.
For sure.
The Hoppin'. I'm trying to
That
think the guy
scene
who
was one of
plays
the
him.
better parts.
He's a good actor from over there.
I don't know.
Shit. He's in a bunch of stuff. I feel like he was in some Ricky Gervais stuff too.
Okay.
The guy who like does the voice of the Goblin
Yeah.
King and everything. Fuck it. Speaking of the show, when so for every show I usually have to get a little U-Haul to move all the equipment, all the geysers. That's a big budget party.
Oh, we know.
Geyser forward show. So I had to get a U-Haul to get all that equipment in. And the guy, as I'm checking out with the U-Haul, all the like people who are renting spots are taken, and I'm like, oh, so is there any way around? You know, can I park here somewhere? Seems like a lot of the spots are taken. He was like, oh, I wouldn't park here, man. He's like, we've been having a lot of people just crashing into cars with the U-Hauls lately.
Oh God.
And so then I get in the RAV4 and instantly go park it right there. You know?
yeah.
I leave the back a little out. You know? I'm like, come on, baby. Crash into this motherfucker. He's like, you can park at the IHOP. There's no crashes over there. They won't tow you. I was like, I'm parking.
Park it. You want me to park across the street?
Yeah.
Get out of
No,
here.
thanks.
You park at the IHOP.
I'm looking for a nice insurance claim, my friend. Nobody
Looking for a
hit it up.
smooth $4,000.
Yes.
Totaled.
Please.
I rented a U-Haul. I was kind of surprised by how seriously they took like the mileage. I was like, I still bought the fucking gas. You're gonna charge me for the extra 5 miles or whatever the hell it was. It's like, get out of here.
Yeah. It's not the most cost-effective thing, but the fact that I don't need a truck enough
It
during
comes
the
in
year.
clutch.
Yeah, where it's like $130 for like 24 hours. Not
Plus,
bad.
it's not stuff you'd want in the back of a truck without a top.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I need like a tonneau cover or
Yeah.
a topper or something, but yeah.
Would that stuff fit in the truck?
Some of it, close to all of it would.
Yeah.
That'd be a big one. Big truck.
Then you turn the corner and all the screens slide out.
Yeah.
You didn't have it tied down right. Like, well, I'm just gonna keep driving. We'll see where I end up in the morning. Hopefully Pittsburgh.
Yeah. It's happened a few times where I've left the door open and just like took off, hopped on the freeway, and then people will be like, your bag's
Yeah.
open. Like they're screaming at me through their window. I'm like,
When I was doing,
fuck
You're like,
off.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, the back's
U-Haul.
open. Yeah. I look down, there's just smoke machines tumbling out of the back, crashing into windshields of the people behind me.
I lost a tool bucket or two when I was doing pool tables.
Damn.
Yep.
Was it one of those things where you actually like kind of heard it go ding ding?
Nope.
ding?
It was one of those things where, oh fuck, where's the fucking tool bucket? The back of the truck was open. Like we had, yeah, Gondo.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Those old jobs are always funny. Just thinking back to the old days like that.
Yeah.
Like having this little extra time because I'm taking, a couple days off. It's been a long
Well
run.
deserved.
Yeah, it's been quite the run up from moving to now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been pretty continuous.
Yeah.
Moving,
Taking a breath.
holidays,
Yeah.
all while no
Comedy
sleep
club
is.
stuff.
yeah.
No sleep on building up into it. So I'm taking a couple Pizza Hut days, you know what I'm saying? Little pizza party for myself. But
You've earned yourself a couple personal pan pizzas.
yes.
Yeah,
I
I
did a
moved.
lot of reading this year.
I moved my resolution to February.
What's the res?
I just eat less at night, I guess.
Starting next month.
Starting next year, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Shifting from the raccoon diet.
Yeah.
My late night eating problem has been solved by getting 2 dogs. Because I was very much a raccoon eater at night. Like eat during the day, but usually not quite enough. And then like by midnight, I'm like, I gotta go and like start, eating handfuls of cheese and Pop-Tarts and all, bullshit. But now the dogs, like just getting them settled down and like to stay asleep and not get up and start wrestling each other and going nuts has been like a whole thing. So now once they're down, like I can't leave the bed because if I get up, then the puppy parade follows me.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, now what are we doing? And then it's a whole, I have to restart the entire process. So
Are they sleeping with you or are they?
yeah, usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're keeping you honest.
Oh yeah. So yeah, if I get out of bed, then they're up So it's just not worth it anymore. So like the last 2 weeks, I'm just like, well, I'm just going to be hungry till I get up in the morning because I'm not dealing with these two assholes.
Okay.
So
Forcibly intermittent fasting.
yeah, the dogs have got me locked down. So get 2 dogs. All your problems will be solved.
Absolutely not. Nope. I have learned over the last few months that at least when there's 2 young children involved,
That's like having
I'm
2
no longer
super
a
dogs.
dog person. Yeah. I'm like, oh, dogs, no thanks. But if someday, I do love dogs. I just don't love having a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's how you feel about kids too.
Yeah, actually, that's the opposite. I used to not like kids at all. Now I'm like, I like these 2 stupid kids.
Yeah. I've grown fond of them.
yeah, I love them. But it's
I
just
find them endearing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's nice to have something to
Yeah.
depend on you.
Yeah,
I felt even with the cat. Sometimes I wish you'd depend on me more.
yeah.
What's a guy got to do for a little codependency over here?
Cats won't give it up.
Yeah.
You need to. I don't know. My past 2 cats were so annoying. Like, would not leave me alone. They were codependent.
Yeah, Miri, I guess, pretty
But
good.
my new cats are just like whatever.
You gotta get a shelter. You gotta rescue a shelter cat, because then they're like, "Oh my god, you saved my life. I'm gonna hang out with you all the time and annoy you to death." That's rescue animals are like.
That's what my cats are, though.
Yeah, but
That's what my previous cats
Your cats
were
are
too.
for the streets.
Once
Yeah.
they went out, yeah, he was already from the, and I let him go outside.
you're more of like a way station for them, where they're like,
A halfway house.
yeah,
Once the girls all moved in, the cats were like, you know what? We don't really like you anymore either.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well,
We still live here, though.
yeah. Not only did I lose
gonna
my
pay for that cat
friends,
food,
yeah, I lost my friends and my cats.
Damn.
It's rough.
We're still your friends, man.
I know.
I guess.
You got 2 new little friends,
Yep.
and they have to watch whatever you want to watch.
Yeah, that's not true. I wish it was.
Other way around.
Yeah. I can't watch what I want to watch,
Oh,
and
damn.
I have to watch Drake and Josh and Barbie.
Really? I feel like my parents, and I kind of like them for it in hindsight. I mean, I liked it then too, but they just watched whatever,
That's what my parents did too.
They did not give a fuck.
The way times have changed. I feel like when we were kids, and even you,
Oh yeah.
you didn't get to choose what you watched unless you
No.
watched the videotape. But like now, they can literally watch whatever they want to watch all of the time.
Their children's programming when I was a kid consisted of Saturday morning cartoons for 3 hours.
Yep.
And then finally Nickelodeon started coming online and becoming a thing. So there was that,
Yeah.
but that was,
And Fox.
it wasn't even very good. It was a little hit or miss. And then some afternoon cartoons.
Yep. And morning cartoons.
Yeah.
But only like an hour. And then 2 hours in the afternoon of cartoons. They start at like 3 and go.
Yeah,
to
I love the news, and I know all about the news because that's what we watched in my house growing up.
Yeah.
The news was on. Fucking Nickelodeon was not on unless I was home alone and be like, finally I can watch fucking.
I think it is kind of crazy.
Can't do that on television.
The difference between even my parents were good parents, they weren't trying to, but the
Allegedly.
difference between my parents and the way that kids are parented now, and I know there's plenty of neglected kids out there, I'm sure, still having a great time, but the way that kid, they can watch whatever they want. You're so careful what you say around them, and like, it's just weird. And I feel like these kids will never be,
Do you think it's too delicate almost at this point?
to some degree. I don't think there won't be enough hardship in their youth that will make them. I wonder this, I should say. Like, I feel like somebody that was raised in like not that the environment is perfect. What am I even saying? What am I?
I know. Yeah.
But like,
I was gonna let you land the plane.
Yeah.
I was like,
But
he's
like-
got it. My dog's got this one.
but like, just kind of being coddled.
Yeah.
Whereas my parents would be like, "Get the hell out of here! What are you doing inside? Go outside
Yeah.
and get
Go
away."
away.
Yeah,
Go away. All right, fine.
and you don't do that at all.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like, you should be able to go out there and scrape your knee or
Yeah.
something.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so hard because I feel like now it's so easy to be ousted as a bad parent. I think that's a lot of it, is that like if someone, now everyone can film you. So if you like would just let your kid run outside in the yard or something, someone would get a video and be like, look at this parent.
Yeah.
They're probably in there smoking opium, not paying attention to their kid. Or meanwhile, like you said, I mean, my generation was certainly that. I think they call it like a latchkey kid, basically, where it's like my parents had jobs and lives and stuff. And I remember being 7, 8, and like I would be the man of the house for my younger siblings, hanging out. You just didn't use the stove. Yeah. You know, shit like that. You know, and they teach you that. And I turned out like I turned out.
Pretty good. I think if you will listen to this podcast, you know he turned out pretty good.
Nothing of note in my life overall. An unremarkable accident. But yeah, like I don't feel like I was mistreated because of that. If anything, it felt like, there were certainly some mishaps.
You got to get knocked around a little bit. You know?
Yeah. I remember there was for some reason, there was a big stain in the room that me and my older brother shared. And one of the times that I was the man of the house for a couple hours, I was like, you know what's going to make my parents really happy? If I get rid of this stain. And so I had known or had learned, I thought, that bleach was just like a stain fixer, which it kind of is. Yeah. But there's some protocol you got to follow.
Yeah, in certain situations.
So I took that straight up like raw Clorox.
Oh, no, just
glug, 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 glug.
Oh, baby.
And I was like, scrubby, 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 scrubby. And then
you're like, stain
quick,
gone.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, carpet gone.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, floor gone. It's all gone.
Big white spots. It's a little too clean now. Yeah. And my parents, remember they're coming back home being like, it's nice that you tried, but, you know. Like they were trying so hard to not flip out.
Right.
Because they were being sweet. Because they knew it was coming from a good place.
Right.
I did it. And they're like, God,
you're going to love this.
You did. You sure did it.
Security deposit gone. But you got to, but now from that moment on, I knew that bleach, be careful.
Yeah.
This is the real deal.
One of my friends in grade school, like my best friend in grade school, his bedroom was in the attic, and we would just... He would just piss in the corner of his room. And then he'd be like, don't worry about it. Nobody knows. Like we just piss in the corner of the room.
Don't worry about
and we
it.
We were just constantly just pissing right on the floor of his attic bedroom, right in the corner. So that would,
you would also, like, where you're like, this is the bathroom.
Do it, but I was like, I don't feel like this is right to do.
But I shouldn't judge other people's lifestyle.
It was always wild when you would go... It would never be one of your good friends. It'd be like an associate friend. It's like, come on over. You're like, all right. And then it's just Thunderdome over there. And you're like, what is going on over here? Yeah, you can piss in the corner. Yeah. You can punch the cat. We eat Lucky Charms all day. You're like, what is happening in this house? Yeah. There's always that kid where it was just like, there's a whole set of different rules here that I am not clear.
I was always very excited to go to those kind of houses.
Oh, yes.
Where like, this is like Mad Max. This is pretty cool. I wish I lived here.
Dad's walking around in his underwear, fucking everyone's
smoking cigs indoors. I remember that a lot.
Oh, God.
Like every house you go to.
Right. Yeah.
And it was just normal.
That was
you don't see ashtrays anywhere anymore. It used to be there's an ashtray everywhere you went back in the day.
You guys used to up until a few months ago.
Yeah. Oh, your place, yeah.
That's right.
Well, sure.
Yeah, that was like a blast from the past every time. It's like being in the smoking section of a Golden Corral or something.
Right.
I remember going to Ryan's. My dad would take us to Ryan's. And
I miss Ryan's.
Oh, we loved it. It was like the best part of coming to like hang out in Des Moines with them.
To the big city.
Big city, and it's like, wow, they got places
going
like
to the
this.
steakhouse.
Yes. And they sit there and like the guy with the hat cut it up for you. You can be like medium rare or whatever. I'd always get well done because my logic was like, well, I want it done as good as possible.
Yeah,
I want it done well.
Yeah. I mean, I prefer my steak well done.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't want an amateur.
yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, a lot of A1.
Yeah.
Later on, you realize the medium rare is the gourmand sort of approach to it. But yeah, I remember we go there. My dad would just blast cigs just like
Oh, yeah.
in the little smoking box back there.
Oh,
Good times.
Oh yeah, everywhere we went out to dinner back in the day, smoking section. I'm like, all right, here we go. Let's go to the other side of the plexiglass
Yeah.
and just inhale a bunch of cigarette smoke while you eat your cheeseburger.
my parents smoked till I was, I don't know, even like 8, 9, something like that. My dad definitely did. But then I remember even when we didn't smoke in the house, if my parents had a friend come over that smoked, they would just let them smoke in the house, which is like, and on holidays, my sisters would smoke. I remember like when they started getting drunk, they'd
Special
smoke.
occasion.
Yeah. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, at a certain point, it's almost like, it's like respecting someone's condition or something. Where you're like,
Okay.
hey, he's a smoker. We have to let him smoke.
Yep. That is what it used to be
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
kind of.
it was that
like,
vibe.
oh, you smoke? Here's an ashtray
Yeah.
for this place where no one smokes.
Yeah.
And now it's like you're a fucking leper if you
Yeah.
I tried to smoke on an airplane the other day. No, I didn't.
It would be wild just to spark one.
On an airplane?
Just be like,
yeah.
it'd feel good. for
So-
that first,
What are you doing this weekend? What are you doing in Chicago?
You can be on one of
visiting
those,
family?
everyone's looking around like, what the fuck?
because some of those old ass planes do have ashtrays still.
know.
Yeah, a little pop out.
Yeah.
Same thing I remember, like every car would have a little like
Oh, yeah.
side one.
Oh, in the
All
back.
the lighters
There'd
too.
be in the back seat. There'd be one on each door, one in the middle,
Yeah.
one up front, so
Yeah.
you can smoke like crazy
Yeah.
in your car.
So you and your friends can hotbox cigs together.
Amazing.
Good living. Yeah, I remember those winter days when like me and my friends would smoke cigs in the back lot of the school. But it was winter, so like you don't have the window fucking cracked like that much. Just half the time it'd just be blowing the ash back.
Oh,
in the
dude, when
car.
you're in the back seat, if anybody else in the car was smoking, if you were in the back seat, all of that ash was going right back in the car.
right in your face.
And you'd be like,
Yeah. Putting burn holes in the headrests and stuff.
oh, speak. You want a little.
Oh, I have some bad news, folks.
Uh-oh.
Yesterday was 365 days of not buying a vape, and I celebrated by buying myself a vape.
Oh, baby.
Digiflavor.
Digiflavor. Hell yeah. What flavor did you get?
Peach blue slushy.
That's what I got today. I haven't opened it yet. Let me give it a puff of
There
that.
you go. It's on soft mode.
Ew.
It's
I don't
pretty
like
good.
it.
You don't like it?
No,
Maybe it's just my bad.
I'll get used
mouth.
to it, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's the next one you got though.
that is.
Oh, I forgot to take the plastic off.
Oh, there you go.
That's probably what was
My little
ruining the
phone cover.
flavor.
That's what was ruining it.
Maybe if I turn it
Oh.
up. Ooh, Norm.
There you go.
Nice. Oh, I can hear it when
Oh,
you do
there's
it.
the toot there. Yep.
Mine is not doing
That's the sound of your information being sent to China.
it. Yep.
Yeah. But yep, I caved. Will this be the beginning of me joining the club once again? Maybe. I don't really know. But
Let's have a little
probably last you a long
flirtation,
time.
you know?
yeah. Yeah,
That'll-
I put it in the drawer a few times, like that's enough.
Yeah.
Put it in the drawer, and then I'm like,
You need-
wonder what that vape's up to.
AJ, I'm over here. AJ, come get me. Take a little puff. Come on, you know you want to.
Yeah.
Put your mouth on me, AJ.
This will help that post show.
yeah.
Come on. Because there always is a little bit of a fallout after every show, because you're just like, then it's just done.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
know? You
That's
have all
it.
that build up. You do the show. There's stress. There's glory. There's all these things that are to be enjoyed. But then you're just like, I guess,
Back to regular life.
yeah. Now I got to find the next thing to do, maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I usually have post, no matter what part I played. If I was on a big ass show, the next day I usually have some kind of post show anxiety. I didn't have that at all this time.
Knew you killed it.
Right. Yeah. I was just like, that was tolerable, and you were the host. Good job, buddy. Way to go. The end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah.
That's good, though.
Mhm.
I don't even see it as a negative thing these days. I think it's more just a weird, like, contemplative time for me.
Yeah.
Where I'm, you're doing the autopsy. What
Right.
what went good? What could have went better? Because it was a big shift too. It's like we didn't sell all the tickets I'd hoped to sell. Definitely lost some money. No big deal. You know, all these things. But it was also one of those things where I'm like, no matter how I sliced it, because there were times where I was feeling, just bummed that, you take a big swing. Part of you believes in the, you always believe in the dream, but it could go wrong or not go great or the way you want. So you have all these options. Then it all happens. And then you're just like, huh. It's
Well, I'm still here.
Yeah.
And it's over.
The sun rose again.
Yeah.
I was like, it's time to buy a vape, baby.
Hell yeah.
It's time to watch mini horse videos and buy a vape. I've been loving it.
And you mean miniature horses.
That's right.
Not mini horse videos.
Yeah, not many
Mini
horses.
Not
Yeah.
Manny, mini.
Yes.
Mini horse
They're impossible
videos.
not to make you smile.
That one you sent had me laughing like
I
some bitch.
challenge anyone with
Yeah.
the blackest soul in any room to pull up a miniature horse running around a little course, especially if there's big
Like
horses
a foot and a
around.
half foot tall horse.
Yeah.
With his little tiny legs just hauling ass. Oh.
It's looking around like, can you believe this shit
Yeah.
the whole time?
I shouldn't even exist. Look at me. This is crazy.
It's having a good time.
I actually felt I was like, do you think the horse is like, what the hell, man? Look at these other horses. What am I even doing here?
No, that horse seemed to know he was ready to go.
When he jumped over the little one, the only one he jumps over.
One of the
That was
little
fun.
Yeah. It's about 3 inches off the ground.
Welcome to my life.
little
Dave
miniature
Mini Horse
stallion.
Bullman. Dave the Mini Stallion.
Yes, sir. Yeah, looks like a fun life.
Hell yeah.
I was like, if that little horse can let it not, it can just embrace itself in that moment and be like,
Love life.
I'm gonna run wild.
Yep.
And say, yeah, I'm hung like a horse. A mini horse.
Probably not bad. Still, I bet.
No, I bet they're doing all right.
Decent hog on him, I bet. When I was going,
There's a decent hog on that horse.
yeah, that's right.
Like, hello, sir. Nice to meet you. Because that's the hog talking.
Yes,
He's decent.
yes.
What am I talking about?
It's dressed like a Porky Pig.
Yeah,
little suit.
Yeah.
A beep 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 beep. It's decent size,
Yeah,
folks.
that's a decent hog on that horse. Let me borrow $1.
Yeah. When I was doing all the U-Haul stuff, there's certain things like you can upload your ID ahead of time and stuff. In that day, once I left my house, I was like, God, I kept resetting the phone. I'm like, I'm getting no reception. I'm like, is it the California wildfires? Did a fucking satellite go down? I didn't pay the bill. But it was hilarious to me that I was like, that's where I went first. Where I'm like, must be a satellite down. Yeah.
Is the world ending? My
Yeah.
phone doesn't work.
Maybe the smog from all those wildfires blocked out the signal. Yeah, rather than the much more likely thing of I forgot to pay it. But for about 2 hours, I was like, geez.
That happened to me when my cable wasn't working. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Did all this reset, reboot, call them up, blah, 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 do. And then I realized, because I had lost my credit card and canceled it. And that's where the payment was coming from.
The auto pay.
Took me a few hours to figure that out.
God damn.
But yeah.
Well, then you start to realize how much you need it. That's what I was like, this is show day. People are going to be calling.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
I didn't have any internet today, but I knew because MediaCom's like, hey, you're not going to have any internet on Monday. I'm like, great. And it's one of those things where you're like, oh, right, I can't do anything anymore. No internet. But then I left the house and worked all day, so
There you
I
go.
was forced to work.
Didn't
So I
whack
couldn't-
off once.
Not once.
No nut. Give it a shot. It's so funny because it'll give you like little rewards. It's like 3-day streak. Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
It'll send you a little push.
You don't have a
notification.
choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're rewarded for not having a choice.
That's right. I chose.
Shows a
not
little
to have a choice.
Kleenex box with a circle to cross through it.
Still full. Yeah.
There's a button on it that says panic, and that's you're supposed to hit it if you like think you're about to whack off. It'll give you like advice to not whack off.
What?
Does it really?
Yeah, swear to
Oh,
God.
I want to know what that advice is.
It's just a picture of your grandma, and you're like, actually, this is working for me.
Yeah.
Makes you harder.
Here's a picture of your dad at work. You're like, oh no.
Yeah. Yep, it tells me how much time I've saved. I've saved 1.5 hours after 4 days of not whacking off.
1.5 hours after 4 days.
Well, because it asks you how much time on average you spent like in the process of whacking off.
Okay.
And I put 30 minutes because I was like, well, I like to look around a little.
Sure, I like to shop around.
Yeah. It's part of the deal.
So I've saved 1.5 hours of my life. 4-day streak. Daily report. Yeah, okay, let's see here. Panic button. Just stop now. Start doing alternatives. My motivations. Breathing exercises. Do at least 10 push-ups.
I was going to say, does it say push-ups? I
Yeah.
knew it was going to be push-ups.
Sir, are you in pain? No, I'm just trying not to fucking masturbate.
Yeah. Jump 20 times. Oh yeah, $15 well spent.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna see how far I can get. I'm trying to reset my brain.
Now it's gamifying it.
Yes.
Now you're like, now you got to keep the streak alive.
Well, that's even with the work.
There will be a streak of jizz in his pants.
Oh yeah. What do you mean will? Is. Is, was, and always will. Yes.
Oh, God.
But it's great. I mean, I think especially people of my generation, it sounds like maybe the generations following me got a better handle on it, almost like smoking, where they were like, you should do it. It's good for the baby.
Right.
I'm of that generation porn wise, I think, of like,
I think
it's good for the baby.
Yeah. And I think that even like, I remember getting like having a school laptop in Minnesota. And then my neighbors at my apartment building having Wi-Fi, and they'd be like, oh shit, I can just look at porn on my laptop with, in this apartment in Minnesota with
Carte blanche.
Yeah, I was like, oh baby, this is something. That's when I discovered BigNaturals.com. I was like, hell yeah.
Now the home of my new gym website. Yes. BigNaturals.com. Yeah.
They were all natural redheads.
Damn.
Just kidding. They had big boobs.
Don't tell AJ about it.
Yeah.
I can't look up that kind of stuff anymore, guys. Yeah, it doesn't work on that computer. I haven't tested it, but the app, isn't synced to that. So I could break in.
Yeah.
There's a back door.
Just
break-
using any computer.
Yeah, any computer
In
that's
case of emergency.
use the iPad.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah, but the phone is so much where, it'd be crazy to be like holding an iPad, like trying to whack off.
Cut to about 4 hours from now.
Yeah.
AJ.
Yeah. I gotta get the little stand for it. There we go.
There we go. Not doing push-ups tonight.
Sure.
I got 30 minutes.
Yes. Yeah. We'll see where it gets me. But yeah, I mean, my generation, because I remember like sort of seeing a few nudie mags, pretty young. I would say like under 10, maybe like 8 or 9. But again, just like the briefest glimpse of like, whoa.
Yikes.
Yeah. Like almost it was sort of like, I'm not ready for that.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm not ready for all that.
Like, is she pooping? Like, what is happening? I don't know. Is that hairy poop?
yeah. Is that?
Yeah.
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 Sure is.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's very intimidating.
Yeah.
At first, you're like, "Whoa." Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the bottom half was a whole, I mean, that's like uncharted territory in those days, where you're
Yeah.
just like,
That's the fun part of being young is that you'll see something that your brain is like, I have no context for this, and I know I am not prepared for this.
Right.
Like it's just new things where you're like, I think something just happened in my brain, and I need to go do something else now.
Yep.
The older you get, you're like, you desensitized to everything. It's rare when something
Yeah.
pops up, you're like, I just think my brain just tied a knot inside of itself. I don't know what's going
Until
on
you see
right now.
a dog fucking a lady on Facebook. And you're like, ow, no. In my mom's living room.
Yeah. Mom. Yeah. But I'm trying to get undesensitized, you know?
I get it. Yeah.
I don't think it needs to go full pre-technology level where it's just like a playing card of a lady.
There's like only using your mind.
Yeah. But
An oil painting. You're
Yeah.
like, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
yeah.
Little cleavage there.
Put together a
Marie
puzzle
Antoinette.
of a hot lady.
Yeah. 1,000-piece puzzle of a naked lady. You're just every night. It's like,
Yeah. I want to earn it.
I want to earn it.
Yeah. I glue it and frame it up. That's going above the bed. A lady on a bearskin rug. Yeah. And some of it is just curiosity almost even on my part of just like what happens
Of course.
if I don't, you know?
Those are always good experiments to perform on
Yeah,
yourself.
I've run the roughly 25-year experiment of whacking off to porn all the time.
You're like, success.
It's time to do the control.
Yeah.
Or maybe the whacking off was the control, and this is the see what happens one.
Time will tell.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
The longest I ever went before that was 30 days, which was nice. Eventually, you do kind of almost like it's funny now with the vape, me even saying any of this, but yeah, like when I quit smoking or vaping, where eventually you do just kind of forget
Move
about
on.
it. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You weirdly do kind of forget about it.
Everything is just, just doing this repetition in a cycle and just being part of a path. Once you break the path, you can definitely steer. You can become enamored with a whole bunch of other things and just leave shit behind. It always
Yeah.
seems impossible. Some things are definitely harder than others. I'm not
Right.
saying it's not super difficult, but a lot of smaller things that you do every day are just cycles that you're just not
It's
even
like
thinking,
trails
just going
where
through.
The more people walk on them, a la you,
Right.
the more it becomes like
Yeah.
walkable. Almost you
Yeah.
go right
Like
back
your
to
body, like wearing socks for so long that now your leg is shaped like you're wearing socks. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. Some people, yeah.
Wow.
I know a good friend of mine he always wears the same length of socks at all times
So it has a dent
that are
around-
evidently too
Oh,
tight.
like
So
a
his
long
leg is
sock.
like sock shaped. Yeah.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Or like biting my nails, which I do. And I'm pretty good at it. So they're generally, they don't look
They're
bitten.
kempt.
But if I don't bite, like sometimes like you got to stop biting your nails all the time.
Yeah.
But then the way my nails grow, I'm like, no, your body, your fingers have adjusted to nail biting. So that now it looks weird if you let your nails grow. I could trim them without biting them, I guess.
Yeah.
But I feel like, my hands have formed to nail biting.
Oh, maybe. I definitely mess with my hangnails a lot. I've always done that. Yeah. Just like biting at the cuticles and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's just anxious little whatever.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, something picking.
I put everything in my mouth.
That's what I heard.
Pause. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
One time at a party in Ames, I saw a guy beer bong 2 4 Locos
Oh my
and then just
God.
walk off into the night, like to another party.
He walked like 80 feet and collapsed.
Yeah. AJ thought he just walked to another party. He fell into a bush and died. Yeah.
A couple times a year, I think about that guy. I'm like, wonder what he's up
Yeah.
to.
Like the end of Kill Bill
Yeah.
when he gets the 5-finger death hit. Takes 5 steps and then just fucking dies. Yeah.
It was crazy because that was like original recipe for Loco
Oh
too.
man.
Yeah.
But you would see stuff like that. I mean, you'd see wild shit at those like college because that's Iowa State, at least from my experience of being around colleges, that and University of Iowa. When I'd pop over there, sometimes there were some real deal fucking parties, like ones that
Oh yeah.
I was always like, oh, those parties that you see in big movies never actually happen. And then I actually saw some of them happen in Ames,
Yep.
like those Visha parties.
Oh,
and
they
stuff.
happen.
I remember apartment buildings
went to
where the
lots of
whole
them.
parking lot was full of people and
Crazy.
like multiple kegs. And just be like, damn, This is like the movie. Pay $5 and drink all night long.
Yeah.
Old school B show.
Yeah.
Legit.
Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
do pee. I was gonna try to hold it, but
Little tinkle. All
yeah,
right.
I think I got 16 minutes in me.
I'll go to the notes without. I got something he'll like, I think.
Oh.
Here's my opinion politically. I'm not, I don't go crazy on, politics.
You don't.
But here's my new rule that I think we should implement. If you've never driven a car with a door that didn't match the rest of it, I don't want to hear your opinion on the working man economy.
That's true. If you haven't driven with a sheet of plastic instead of a window, a side window, then I want to hear it.
I don't want to hear about taxes from you, sir.
Yeah.
When I was living in Ames one time, the car I had was so shitty that I locked the keys in it, had a tow company come try to get into it. They couldn't get into it. And so I just smashed the window out of it and then just drove the whole winter with no window.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like the car, I would put a trash bag in the window
Yep.
if I knew it was going to snow. It would still blow snow into it. It'd stop like 20% of it.
Yeah.
And I would just get out, brush the windows, brush the seat off with the little like brush thing
Yep.
for the scraper, and then just rock that. I would
Off
just
you go.
full parka and like
Oh yeah. I've had a couple winters of driving with a car with missing a window somewhere. Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
Yep.
it's like driving a dune buggy in the winter. You're just
Yep.
like it's open air.
You put
baby.
plastic in, you're like, this will be fine. It's all nice and tight. And you drive like 2 blocks and it blows open. You're like, God damn it. And that's just the way it is. It's the worst.
Oh yeah. Humbling moments though. Like when I was doing framing, me and my buddy Jake, who I worked it with, we'd cruise up in his little shit box, and you'd have to like drive up to the places that you were building out. It'd just be a basement poured. Then you'd start like framing out the walls, and the top of those basement walls get flooring or whatever on them. And then you build up another set of walls on top of it, all that shit. Yeah, whole other life. Feels like a different person, just thinking back, like pool table toll. Or
Oh,
something,
yeah.
I'm like, am I the same guy even at this point?
Now I had to get up.
I don't
I
think
had to
so.
get up a couple days ago, or was it yesterday? What day is it?
Monday?
Who knows? It was
13th.
last week. It was maybe, who cares? I had to go. I had to be somewhere at 8 a.m. I had to be at the new shop at 8 a.m. So I had to get up and I'm like, this fucking bullshit. I remember I'm like, I used to do this every fucking day. Get up, drive at 7:30 through Des Moines traffic to go to work at 8.
This is what I do every day.
I know. I know. I thought about you. I'm like, man.
Now I have to wake up earlier for dumb babies.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's funny though when you're like, well, the old sleeping extra or sleeping in option is completely, fully no longer on the table.
Yeah.
Because that baby wakes up at the same time every single day for the most part. And I'm like, just go back to sleep.
At what time?
About 6:45.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
All things considered.
Pretty lucky, actually.
It's
Very
better than
lucky.
5:15.
Yep.
And is it pretty, like you said, routine? Like it's sort of
Almost
Like
lately,
clockwork?
it's like very close.
nice. At least it's kind of predictable.
And I used to set a bunch of alarms, like with 15-minute intervals.
Yeah.
To be like, hell yeah, still got an hour to sleep. 4 alarms. That's done. It's so stupid because the sleep is actually worse.
Yeah, you've ruined your.
But you're like, at least I feel like I'm sleeping more.
Yeah. You feel like you're getting one over.
It's more of a mental boost, but
Yeah.
actually you're much more tired.
Yeah. But now I just one alarm and the baby. And that's it. So.
Keeping you honest.
I was so fucking tired at work today. It was unbelievable. a couple times I was like, oh, okay. But we don't talk about that on the podcast.
No, sir.
No. I don't know. Got a 5-hour energy, little anxiety bomb.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even that wasn't 100% helpful today.
You're gonna start shooting those pretty soon, intravenously, right into the. Just pull over, tie off.
Yeah.
The needle in the 5-hour energy. Down in a hole.
It's wild to think about people trying to do that like thousands of years ago or even hundreds of years ago. Can you imagine like you're tilling the land all, just like working your fucking ass
Yeah.
off, and then you're like trying to raise a family. Half of them are gonna
Yeah,
die.
but what are you gonna do? That's
Fall
true.
asleep at 7:25 sharp.
But also,
every
then
night.
you have you tell your 2-year-old to go feed the hogs.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, time to get up and go to work. Oh, Dada. Like, get to work. Yeah. I don't know.
It's the reason I had you.
Yeah,
Go to work.
yeah, that was a whole kind of. You're setting up a franchise almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
we're having you so that we don't have to do as much.
Yeah.
Soon.
We're gonna have 10 kids. No one, probably 6 are gonna die, maybe 5. So we're gonna have, but we have to have enough. So we're gonna hedge our bets.
Yeah.
Make a little army.
And now it's just so much not that way.
Nope.
It's shocking to hear someone even talk about it, like have that approach now. If
Like to
someone-
have kids to work.
yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy talk.
Like,
No
it's-
one, you can't say that out loud.
yeah,
now.
it would be, yeah. I mean, that'd be like cancelable almost
Yeah.
now or something. If you were someone of note or what have you, even like that kicker guy who said, I think it was something about traditional
Yeah.
wifery
Oh, yeah.
or
Yeah.
something.
Women in the kitchen type stuff.
Yeah. Or meanwhile, he would have been like the most progressive guy of all time.
Everyone's like, yeah,
100 years ago.
That's true. That's true.
1930. Like, yeah, no shit, buddy. What are you talking about?
That's
The
exactly
women are
right.
all like, yeah, we're in the kitchen.
That's
What's
what-
going on here?
For a while.
We're making babies barefoot in the kitchen. Of course.
Yes.
Where's the controversy
Yeah.
here?
Wow.
Sarah didn't have a job for a minute. I was like, this is awesome because I didn't have an upper hand by any means, but I was like, girl, you got to take care of them kids. I got to go to work, you know? And now she has a job where she gets paid more than I do. And I'm like, you got to.
God damn it.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Who's watching these kids?
Yeah. Can I quit my job? Fuck. I got no hand now. That's my pimp hand.
And it's weakening by the second.
It is shriveling up.
Yeah. Like, oh, yeah, nothing. Literally, I was like, oh, this is nice. And I was like, oh, good, you got a job.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, I'm happy. We'll have more money. And now I'm going to have to do so much more work. It's great. Yeah.
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 I know there's some places that they'll just about pay you to have kids. It seems like I was hearing about something. I feel like I don't know if it's Alaska or some state like that, where they'll give you like crazy tax incentives to basically
There's
come up there and
countries
live.
that are doing that.
Damn.
That are like, I don't know how true it is because these are things I see on the internet. Like,
Oh yeah, and that's all.
Yeah,
of it.
Japan's
Yeah.
like paying top dollar for people to come over
Yeah.
and impregnate people because
Yeah.
they need more population.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dave just chartered a flight.
Yeah. They've just fired up his helicopter that's on top of this building. He's out of here.
Yeah.
I'm needed elsewhere.
Well, it's pretty wild that I guess maybe a few hundred years tops, you could probably really see the charting in probably less than 100 of going from like almost essential having children
Yeah.
to now it being like
Yeah, like my
almost seamless.
great grandparents were of that generation,
Yeah.
but now no way.
Well,
It's
from
close.
19 whatever, like the turn of the century, there was 1 billion people on Earth, and now there's 10 billion people on Earth.
I think definitely coming up
And they
on
keep saying like Elon Musk is all about the population going up. There's tons of people that are like it's good for the. I'm like,
Yeah. Anyone-
at some
anyone
point,
you
it's
hear-
got to start going down.
Anyone
Jesus
you hear
Christ.
saying that are referring to white babies only.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about. It's racism.
Damn.
Big time. 100%.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really like the whole crux of like, if people were wondering why they're trying to deport illegal aliens and trying to lower the child working laws age, it's not a coincidence.
Right.
When they throw those kids into the factories, get the illegals out, more white babies. It's cool times to be living in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think what they're projecting by like 2030 something, maybe like 2035, that whites will be the minority in America?
I don't think we'll be the minority, but we'll be under 50%.
Well,
We're the largest majority still.
Yes,
but we're a minority of the if you add everyone up, we'd be in the minority.
Huh.
fine with me. Who cares? Why? Who cares? Well, rich white people care. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
Breaking news. Rich white people are the worst.
That is a true story.
Yeah, money does not seem to bring out the best in people,
No.
which is why I've focused very hard on losing all of mine.
Me too, buddy. That's right.
Various comedy ventures.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Age is one of the good ones.
Yeah, I'm laser focused on never having any.
That's right.
Try to be a good person and never have any money.
Spending all my money on a big vape car.
That's right.
The vape mobile.
Yeah.
Your vape was gross, and that's my
How
next
dare
vape.
you.
I'm disappointed.
How dare you, sir?
It tastes just like the berry bebop or whatever.
These stupid flavors.
Oh yeah.
For a man who's
Yeah,
went
raspberry fuckboy.
without- Yes. I like it.
Pretty good, yeah.
I don't mind.
Tastes like this guy doesn't whack off either.
I'm excited to see the results
Of what?
of not whacking off.
Oh yeah.
You know,
What are you
something's
hoping
gonna
to
happen.
see exactly?
I feel like there's a few different outcomes, all of them great. One of which is the load to end all loads, I guess.
Sure.
That's always fun.
Of course.
That would be pretty sick, I guess.
Ropes.
Yeah. Like a legendary amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's eye out.
Yeah. My
Somebody
own.
has a joke in Des Moines about not wanting more jizz. I'm like, this joke doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. The more the merrier, I say.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, don't you? Like, I don't want more jizz. Whose joke is that? Doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, but
I
they're
always
wrong.
think, yeah,
It's a funny little thing that happens
yeah.
where it like turns to a little kickstand, little stick. Where you go, and it, like spits venom.
Yeah.
It's spitting out instructions to make a new you.
Yeah. So weird. Little spigot.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating.
What a time to be alive.
You
Biology.
can tell I'm back on the weed.
Yeah. He's not whacking off and he's smoking weed.
Yeah, I'm
And this-
recentering
this
myself.
all
Yeah.
makes
It's
sense.
yeah.
Started calling his dick the replacement factory.
Yeah. So strange. Just existence, you know?
Sarah and I were talking about this after No Sleep, where just like the fact that we exist. I watch a lot of the universe stuff, you know, the TikToks and shit. Neil deGrasse Tyson, all that, Brian Cox. Just talking about that, the fact that we're on the only planet that we know of with life on it, amongst all that we can see.
Yeah.
And we're one of millions and billions of our dad's sperms, and one of our mom's eggs.
Nice.
And that makes us the unique individuals that we are. And the odds of us existing are so fucking low that everyone, whether you believe in God or not, which I do not, but we're all miracles. We're all little stupid miracles
Yeah.
Look
here
at
to
us
be
go.
on earth and be sad till we're dead.
And vape.
Yeah, that's right.
Download anti-whack off apps
Yes,
into our
yes.
phone.
It's so funny to even have to do like to first off get to a place where that would be an issue, and then to use the phone again to get me out of it. You know what I
Right.
mean? Hilarious.
Yeah.
It giveth and it taketh away.
Oh, it sure does.
Yeah. There is an app for everything.
Yeah. Even to make you, like to try to make yourself happier. I've tried though, like
Yeah.
where I can't think of what it's like Calmly or some
Yeah.
name like that, where it's like it's gonna help you meditate and
There's lots of those.
yep. And I always wind up paying $30, using it twice, and then being like, all right, well,
And there is
Kind of wish I had that
$30
$30
well
bucks.
spent.
yeah. Could have spent that on Pete. Could have bought a party box probably, but whatever.
That made me happy.
Yeah. It's funny to think that the thing that would be causing it would also be the solution to it.
Yeah.
What an irony, if that even is an irony.
It is.
That's one of those words where I'm like, I'm like 75% sure I know what irony
It's like
is.
that in The Simpsons, the famous Simpsons quote where Homer says, to alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
Yeah.
Yes.
The scorpion and the frog.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Sure.
Yeah.
The scorpion rides the frog across.
Yeah, where it's like the two things exist, but they like kill each other
Yeah.
because they
Their
have
nature.
to. It's their nature. Yeah. It's in our nature to do the thing that is bad for us
Yeah.
and then be upset about it.
We were never supposed to be able to have this much access to all the things that give us dopamine.
Yeah. It's no surprise why we're all fucked up now because
Sugar,
we are bombarded
Drugs.
with everything.
pornography,
But then you see,
strangers' vaginas on film.
guess I'm not going to see day 5 on this one.
AJ's getting all charged up. Hit the emergency button.
Yeah.
Do some push-ups.
Do some jumping jacks, AJ, quick!
Panic button. Bing bong, bing bong. Yes.
Put your dick in a vice and squeeze.
We get one of those little cages.
Yeah.
Little
Lock
chastity
it
belt.
down.
Yeah.
Give me and Toll the key.
I'm a chaste man. Yes. Yeah.
No. Oh shit!
She.
I was gonna get laid tonight. I gotta call Toll for the key.
I don't know where it is.
Oh, I lost it.
The baby was playing with it. I don't know.
It was on the baby's mobile.
The big like skeleton key.
She. Now that I've achieved my stand-up comedy dreams via this most recent show, I think it is time to finally assume my final form, which is wedding DJ.
Oh yeah.
I have all the
Perfect
equipment.
transition.
You got it all.
Got the PA, got the equipment,
Hey, everybody.
smoke machines.
That's not how
You got some
wedding-
DJing skills.
I got a little DJ under my belt.
Yep. Music production.
Yep.
All right.
Oh.
Hey, it's time for the chicken dance.
I hope you guys like Cotton Eye Joe. Yeah. I bet at a certain, there's a certain amount of weddings DJ'd that's probably all right. Like 4 to 5 in a year. You're like, good living.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's the other 600 you'd have to do to
Yeah.
break even on the.
Do people even now? I think a lot of people just plug their phones in.
Oof.
No, you need that. I mean, I haven't been to a wedding in a while, but the DJ serves as the MC too. He's
Yes.
calling out the dances. Now it's time for the
dollar
father-daughter
dance, yeah.
Get your dollar bills out.
Yeah.
All that shit.
Yeah.
Well, we have a request. They got to keep the thing moving. You got to have the DJ has to be there to get the party rolling.
You ever been first in line for the dollar dance? And then you give her the dollar. You start dancing. You're like, you keep your clothes on. This is horse shit.
What kind of wedding is this?
Give me my dollar back.
You take your KitchenAid out with you. You brought us. You guys don't deserve this.
Oh, my KitchenAid. No, I take my card with $5 back.
Hard with a couple scratch tickets.
Yeah.
There you go.
These scratchers are mine now.
Yeah. Mm-mm. I remember when I was working that framing job, there was a guy. It was like Frankie or Benny, some name like that. But he would always give me shit because I was pretty scared of heights, and you have to like walk walls when you're building up the walls for a house, like if it's a 2-story or whatever. So sometimes you're pretty high up there, and you're just walking on, the wide part of a 2x4. You don't have like a harness and shit on.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works HIPAA wise, but
Yeah.
HIPAA.
or what OSHA. Yeah, OSHA. Whatever.
Whatever governing body.
Yeah, that's right. But you know, stop being a pussy. Giving me shit. And then I remember one time he had just got a new car because he was making some fat checks doing this carpentry work. And then the next day he called in sick, and the boss was like, "I fucking know. He's just working on that new car."
Yeah.
And so then the boss, I wasn't there for it, but I guess the boss like drove over. He left early, caught him in his driveway, like with working on the car, totally fine. Fired him on the spot.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah, I was
That's
like,
harsh. You can't fucking call in.
No, not to work on your car.
Damn.
These houses aren't building themselves.
Yeah, I was pretty happy about it. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
But when you have those kind of tough, like the harder labor jobs, it's always full of characters like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like felons.
Oh yeah. When I was a mover, baby, in the pool table temps.
Love it.
Interesting characters there.
Was the Tesla guy the wildest one you'd say?
The wildest, where I was like, I found out he killed a guy, and it was a giant black dude that loved the band Tesla, and that was also kind of unique. But there was a couple things. One time I was working with this kid who had a little arm. He had one smallish arm and a limp because he had like a smaller leg too, and he couldn't carry anything. And they hired him, and I was like, "Yo, not to be like disablest or whatever, but this kid can't fucking carry pool tables." And on our second job together, this woman that we were delivering to was like, "Oh, is this your son?" And I was like, "My son?" I was like, "I'm 28 and he's like 22." And all these, I was like, I don't know. You think it was just very strange. One time we got to a house, I was with a temp. No, it wasn't a temp. It was a guy they hired. And we got to a house where they wanted a pool table in the attic. And so it was 3 flights of stairs. And the guy I was with was like, it was his first day, just got hired. He's like, "Hey, I can't do this." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I can't carry the pool table up the stairs."
House, man.
And I was like, "You can't carry a pool table up the stairs."
job, bud.
And he goes, "I only have one leg." And I was like, "What?" And he lifted his fucking pants up and went, "Knock, knock, knock." And I was like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, why did you apply for this job? We were at the job. You only have one leg." I was like, "At least I don't have
Who
to
was
do
the
this."
HR of that company
Oh, my
exactly?
God. My boss was a fucking drunk, and he kept getting worse. And when I put in my 2 weeks notice, he cried. I was like, "Why are you
That
crying?"
seems a
I was
bit
like, "Oh,
much.
because you're fucking hammered. That's why you're crying."
I love you so much. He's such a good worker.
That's
gonna miss
exactly what it was like. We're gonna miss you, man. I was like, "This is weird."
That's weird because I hate this place.
Yeah,
Like a 21 gun
Yeah.
salute.
I actually liked installing pool tables.
Yeah, I bet that was kind of cool actually.
And then when you're done, there was a built pool table. I
Yeah,
was like, "This is
that was like the framing thing.
satisfying about that."
Yeah, we'd leave. You'd show up, just the foundation. You'd leave, and it would look like a house, kind of.
Yeah.
Didn't have shingles or siding
Right.
or anything. No plumbing.
But
or
you're
electric.
part of it. You could look at it and go, "I did that."
Yeah.
I like that about landscaping too.
Yeah, I got yelled at the whole time making this.
Right.
I'll never forget.
Yeah. Whereas cleaning beer lines, people are like, "Get the fuck out of the way," and I'm like, "I have to do this." Like, why? You're wasting our beer. Like, well, it's fun.
I remember I was at Warp Tour when I quit that carpentry job.
Nice.
Like he could hear like the music in the background, and I was just like, "Yeah, man, it's just not for me. I want to do other shit with my."
Yeah.
Is that corn?
Yeah. Is that 30 Seconds to Mars in the background? Yeah. I was like, "This is what I was meant to do."
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't quite work out that way.
No.
But that job did suck.
I'm sure it did.
And wintertime was coming, and I was like, "Fuck that."
Yeah.
Because, yeah, we pretty much,
Do they work all winter?
yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Definitely slows down probably a little.
Yeah.
Just the work, like the ability to work as fast definitely slows down. But Yeah. I remember he was like, I could tell he wanted to be like, fuck you. But I think he was a little bit more professional than that.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, we had to look like.
How old were you?
Pretty young. This was
What do you expect?
This was was the same friend that we got hired as a team, just like that. The job right before we got hired as a team at Kirby Vacuum Cleaners.
Oh yeah.
So we were two whiz kids.
yeah.
I remember like constantly some of the other there was two other guys that were a bit older, probably closer to 30, who had been working that job for a while, and every time because me and my friend were always fucking shit up. I mean, cutting it because with carpet, you do have to be pretty accurate, even if it's just lumber. Like you can stretch things because timber or a lot of the lumber won't be like perfectly. If you
not those like pine 2x4s,
yeah, they'll have like a bend to them, so you can bend. It's kind of interesting how it's all built and how it does need to have flexibility almost in a way,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'd always be like cutting shit wrong and like fucking it up. He'd ask for like a certain cut, like shape of plywood to like put on, the slats in the roof or whatever to cover it up.
Here you go, boss.
Yeah. God. And it'd be like so off, wrong shape. He'd be like, you guys fucking high. And most of the time, probably.
Yeah.
You look at each other, you're like,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He'd make fun of us because we'd come, we'd get a check and come back with like a lip piercing or something like that, because we're being a band, man.
Oh, man.
You're stuck here. We have dreams, dude.
Yeah. The construction workers, the lifers would always resent the young people because they knew that they had hopes and dreams still.
Yeah.
They didn't like that one bit. My last day working construction, we were putting a huge air conditioning unit was being installed on top of a school.
Oh, shit.
We've been at this building, this fucking Ames Middle School, all fucking summer, 110 degree heat. Well, not all summer. I didn't make it the whole summer.
Walking uphill both ways.
Yeah. So we're up there. It's like 110 degrees, and they're lowering this thing down. They're like, keep your fingers out of the way. If your fingers get caught on this when it comes down, they'll get cut off. And we're like, all right, fine. We're like, there's like only like 3 of us trying to do this. Like there should have been more people. And it comes down, and the fucking thing comes down on my fingers. I'm like, and then I'm like, my fingers. I'm like, huh? And I pull my hand out, and they're all like crushed.
Oh, shit.
But I thought for sure, I'm like, well, I just cut all my fingers off. And then next day, I'm like, you know what? Fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm going to go work at a golf course and mow grass the rest of the summer.
That's a good
construction jobs. Ugh.
Yeah. No, it's tough living, man. Darn hard living.
But
Never
that
did construction.
$12 an hour is pretty sweet,
Oh, back then, especially going from that Kirby vacuum cleaner thing, where I was just like, we showed up for like the orientation, and then like I called that family of like the hot chick that I basically blew it in front of.
Yeah.
And she was, and I was like trying.
I forgot about that story.
I was trying so hard to make it clear that I wasn't trying to do a demonstration for Kirby vacuum cleaners, and the mom was like, is this for Kirby vacuum cleaners? Like she asked.
What? No.
I gotta go. So this is a big come up, and I did feel like for that, better part of a year, I felt like a working man. You came home, sawdust on your pants,
Your hard hat.
Yeah, you felt like one of those guys in the picture of like the scaffolding of like New York getting built out.
Yeah, right.
Where you're like,
you're on the 100th floor of the the fucking Empire State Building
with a little lunch pail.
Did I ever tell you guys when I worked at the insulation place?
I don't think so.
Oh my
insulation place.
I sat at this machine, and there were
no truck involved.
No truck involved. This
Whoa.
was I got this job at an insulation company, and for the first, I don't know, 3-4 weeks I was there, they put me on this machine that just released an amount of, like a small amount of insulation into a plastic bag, and then I had to seal the plastic bag. And I did this for 8 hours straight. I was like, oh my God, this is fucking. But they loved me there. They loved me because I wasn't Mexican. They were like real, I was like, I don't understand.
Like,
why
are you
they
sure you're
like
supposed
me
to
so
be
much.
here?
Yeah, little white boy working there, and then they promoted me basically after that first month. Promoted, they put me on the. So not only already working there, I'd have to go home and like take cold showers. So that the fiberglass,
peak fiberglass insulation.
Yep.
Oh.
Then when they got promoted, they put me on this machine that cut fiberglass insulation into like different shapes. Like you could cut it into any shape, and it would cut like 20 layers of it at a time of like the inch and a half thick fiberglass insulation. So this machine would cut it, and then you grab this soaking wet fiberglass insulation, pull it off the machine, and then go put it on a stack somewhere else. And I was like, yo, I did it for about an hour, and I was like, nah. I like started walking. I took my gloves off. They were like, where are you going? I was like, yeah, I'm not. I quit. I'm not working here anymore. And I just walked away and drove out of there.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like you just know.
I just walked out of Pizza Hut too.
Yeah, that's a great.
Like in 9/11. Get the fuck out of here. It was the busiest time ever for pizza. I remember my boss standing next to me making her own pizza. And I've only been working there for like a week, and the receipt machine was going, voot, 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 and I had to make all these pizzas. And she's like, what's the problem? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And then I dropped my cigarettes in the toilet when I bent over. And I was like, I'm leaving. I just left.
They fell out of your
I was like, yeah, I don't work here anymore. See you later.
I retired.
Yeah.
God damn.
I love that.
Making her own pizza.
Yeah, the audacity of her making her own pizza in the middle of 9/11 pizza time. You're like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It was fucking
Oh
crazy,
my
dude.
God.
You get in your car with the Pizza Hut shirt still on. You're just like,
My fucking 280Z at the time, it was a sweet car.
damn. Put on Pardon Me by Incubus.
I did, probably.
Pardon me.
Yeah. Skipped my DMAC classes that night
Yeah, fuck school.
in Boone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
I'm a man who goes his own way.
That's right.
I forge my own path. I loved that Incubus I fucked with heavy.
Oh man.
Oof.
It was on,
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It was on
That
heavy
was
rotation
huge,
in the Ames back
huge.
then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's like Laser. I remember when they played
Yeah.
some good shit back in the day.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was in Davenport. I think we're probably running out of time, but Davenport is a fucking alternative station that played actual alternative music. And I was like, Des Moines.
I didn't know
have
such things still existed.
I know. I was like, Des Moines can't even have a fucking real alternative station that doesn't. We got NPR, the 24-hour NPR music station, but sometimes you turn that on and you go, what the fuck are you guys thinking? Other times they're like, oh, this is a good jam, but but anyway, I heard like four like crazy. I heard Lana Del Rey, and then it was like this is like this is actual alternative music. It was impressive.
Lana Del Rey.
Sure. When's the last time you heard her on the radio?
Good points, I guess.
Checkmate. Checkmate. There was a station, I don't know if it's still there.
That's why.
I believe it was the college station called KURE
Yeah, I don't think it's around anymore.
in Ames.
Oh yeah.
And they would play
Yep.
like great alternative music.
Yep.
I had some friends that would like, because I think the students and stuff could DJ on
Yep.
it. So they'd put stuff on. It was always fun because I would listen to it a lot when I was delivering burritos around town.
There's one in there's the Grandview /
Yeah.
Valley station where I think the 88.1 or 7 that sometimes plays stuff like that, but it doesn't have a very wide range.
The one in Ames was great.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
little Bon Iver while I drive this car shaped and dressed like a burrito. It had like the vinyl wrap of the foil.
Only love is on the loom.
It was
I've
like
got a burrito for you.
I've talked about it before, but I think back to it, and those are like some of my fondest job memories. I listen to so much music,
Yeah.
like just driving, because you drive fucking 8 hours a day or whatever, kind of
Yeah.
like what you're doing.
Yep.
I guess I could have spent some of that time on NPR. I was listening to a lot of Biggie Smalls and
That's good, man.
things like that.
So I think my brain, I was like, did something clicked at some point where it was like my brain broke and I'm like, I must listen to the news and not to music. It's disappointing.
Yeah, music. I mean, especially if you're listening to like just a radio station, you can hear a lot of the same shit. Oh, Breaking Benjamin again? Nice.
That one hurts my throat, so I stopped doing it. They sing that though, right? I hate everything about you.
No, that's 3 Days Grace.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's the song that I played at the talent show.
Ah, yes.
That was another one of AJ's classic bits. It was one of my first stand-up bits that worked.
Yeah.
It's a totally true story. Me and two other guys, we were like, we both are learning instruments separately.
Mm-hmm.
Like, within the last 6 months, bass, guitarist, drummer. And we're just going to play the song. Basically, as the song is playing, we're just going to play on top of it so that the vocal track is there because we're not going to do vocals.
Pretty big backing track.
Yeah.
Big backing track. But we didn't practice it all together once.
Not once.
Not once. We practiced. We're like, we're just going to come together the day of, and we're going
this
to
will work
kill
out.
this shit.
Yeah.
Sync it up.
We're musicians.
Yeah, it's like as long as we all know our parts independently, that's how music works. You just like play it.
Yeah, you don't need to practice together.
Famously, that's how bands work.
Yeah.
Practice on their own, then go do a show.
Yeah.
And so we played that song, I Hate Everything About You. And then the bit ends with, it's funny because that's what everyone said to me for the next 3 years of school.
I remember that.
Yeah. An old AJ classic. Yeah, we really, really sucked.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yes.
It's like just keep turning the backing song up, just flood these two losers out.
Yes. Just pure belief. I remember that was like the first time I'd ever had like an out of body experience from like adrenaline.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, I can't believe we thought we should do this. Like just your whole life flashing before your eyes.
Man.
It's all crystal clear.
Well, and it's like the talent shows were a big deal at my school.
Oh,
So it's
yeah.
like an auditorium.
Yeah.
It's like 300 people in there.
Yeah.
And you're about to go and, I mean, arguably do like the most embarrassing thing of all time. Like fail on like an auditorium level scale.
Yeah. Not a few people saw you.
Yeah.
Everyone saw you.
Everyone who you're going to be seeing what feels like for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
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 Oofta.
Yeah. Like I said, life has a way of humbling a man.
It does.
You know?
That's what I mean. Yeah. I tripped at baseball tryouts and hit my head on the wall. That was pretty bad. That was also in an auditorium. A gymnasium. with
Yeah.
Bleachers.
Oh, where it's just like echoing off like the wooden floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, but it goes.
Yeah. Right. A little
I was
echo.
like, I still made the majors. No big deal.
The majors.
Could have went pro.
Mm-hmm. Majors of Beaverdale.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Goddamn. A bunch of future podcasters we were.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And they won't let you podcast if you're not good at it, you know?
That's right.
Only
We did
good-
have to try out for
Yeah,
this.
We did.
only good podcasts.
We
are
practiced on our own, and then we came together.
Yeah. I think we've really hit our stride, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Once we brought on an executive producer, that was once a writer came into the mix. We were like,
That's right.
Yeah, materials
fail
on
now.
point. She wrote that story about me in high school. That did not happen. Well, I think this was a pretty good podcast. For This
Yeah.
was a strong effort
Mm-hmm.
after a long
Post-show?
hard-fought weekend. Yes, tough
Yeah.
weekend, a hard-fought weekend we had.
Mm-hmm.
Anything to look forward to? Huh? Look into the future.
It's always, I feel, I mean, it's nothing compared to what you feel, but the relief of no sleep being over, kind of the anticipation and then it happening, and then just like, don't have to worry about that for a minute.
And there's lots of fun photos to still come. I got
Heck
some good
yeah.
ones of peeps. Then
Lots
short
of
video.
fun, non-pornographic photos
That is
to
correct.
come too for you.
Yes. This hole looks so good in his suit.
Emergency.
Yeah. Panic button. Yeah. But it's a new year. I keep having to like remind. I almost write 2024 like on the check.
yeah.
I know. I feel like the new year doesn't anymore. The new year doesn't start until no sleep's done,
Yes.
because it goes holidays and then no sleep, and now now what? Now what? Now the rest of the dumb fucking year.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what this, next iteration, Because at one point I was like, maybe it is my last one. You know, you just never know.
Yeah.
You swing for the fences, you go real big. It's something I've been doing for 7 years straight, you know, little gap because of the pandemic. But I was like, oh, you know, maybe this is a good note to end on almost or whatever. I was like, this dog still got some fight. I ain't ever gonna quit, bitch. But I don't,
You wouldn't be you if you weren't mentally deeply stressed out.
That is
you know?
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy this week. I'll decide.
You got a vape, you know, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Now.
I'm vaping it up. A lot of pizza. But
Excellent.
yeah, I mean, whether it be at the new club or, yeah, who knows?
I think I'm going to eat a Jack's Pizza when I get home.
That sounds nice.
AJ's going to eat a no Jack Pizza when he gets home.
It's cold.
No
Straight
meat
out
on
the
it.
freezer. Yeah.
It's like one of those bad pizza Lunchables, you know?
Yeah. The cracker with a pepperoni on top of it. It's a no jack.
Tough one.
This pepperoni kind of looks like an areola.
Panic.
Yeah. I'll keep everyone posted.
Leg
on how far I
lifts.
get.
Do some leg lifts.
Yeah. Quits porn, starts vaping again 2 days later. Coincidence? Daddy's got to have something.
It's a little whack-a-mole type
Yeah.
thing, you know? Just keep trying to hit him down.
Yeah.
Whatever
Keep on
happens,
trying.
happens.
Yeah. I think that's the good sentiment for us all to head into 2025 with is like, you just got to keep whacking those moles.
That's
baby.
right.
Keep going for it.
It's going to be a good year,
I think so.
2025.
I think so. That's a great note to end on, folks.
Yeah.
I've been AJ Simmons, and I've embarrassed myself this evening, but I stand by it.
Excellent. I've been Tom McGrain. I'm all right.
And I've been Alex Carter, also known as the Ice Cream King of Des Moines, Iowa.
Goodbye.
See you later. Bye.
Ben Moet Toboka.
Fucking AJ, Toll and Alex. They're fucking hilarious.
This is a certified hood classic.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.